back.
From outer space?
Sometimes it feels that way. Let's see. We came in here, we agreed to do the second thing for him, and he's gonna let us use Measurehead to get the body off of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that. Get the body off of the tree. You see shaded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. How you doing, Medicine?
Hello, Meta. Thank you for the pets.
Yeah.
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my
Race
superior,
combat.
then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
That means showing everyone that we're taking orders from the Union.
Yes, that is precisely what it means, homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way.
I know that the other way to get it down is to convince Kim to shoot it down.
That's at least one other way.
We're not going to do that.
Fine. Goodbye.
We will find another way. While we are pro-union on this channel, we may not be pro this union for reasons.
Because Ever is corrupt and openly corrupt, and he's like, yeah, of course I'm corrupt. What else am I supposed to do with my life?
Who is this guy?
Talk to him.
Welcome to Revachol.
The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorry man.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
That's all. We have a couple questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What are you picking up?
Apples.
Apples.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Aw, I failed. We're done for now. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. A glossy magazine. Most able-bodied men. I am not on this list. Flowers? Yellow roses and tulips. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
But what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see, and how do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
I do like money.
He might even require money.
Welcome
goods
to
and services.
Frick. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Why do you ask me that, conceptualization?
Because you have enough score.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking conceptualization's reasons. Anyway, before we go on, what is Frit?
I don't know. Frick?
Frit. And what is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
A 7-Eleven.
I think they think that the extra tea makes it funkier. It doesn't.
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
I bet your hat would take the first prize.
No. I don't like it. I hate it.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Thanks, Kim. I have questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
Did you know the man?
not really.
Does mean you know him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for your not help. New mission. Find bag. Oh wait, we heard something about the gardener.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
And I can't ask her about that. She doesn't actually work here anymore.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What?
What do you
I think you're
mean?
mixing people up.
This is orient. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
What's in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
East.
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics.
South.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
What kind of a fish market is it?
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts.
So you say there's drugs. Anyway, what's in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thank you.
No problem.
A bag. Item gained. Because that's still a bug. Equip this to collect tear from the streets. Things I've seen and said. Oh boy, a magic sword. This game. Oh boy, a bag. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Plastic tear. I keep wanting to say tare, but that's wrong. A splatter of bullet holes line the wall. As you do.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer. Got it.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Oh.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Broke a window. Tibbs has windows.
Thank you, Tibbs.
Garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
Oh yeah, Jay, you might want to turn on detective view. I believe that makes things automatically clickable when you walk close to them, so you don't have to keep pressing the look button all the time.
It is on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Twitch integration isn't on. Let me fix that. Okay, connection established.
Hooray!
You may now pick things, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on.
Specifically.
It's just very faint.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no like vacuum looting button.
No.
This might be the whole stream. Just picking up trash.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it isn't.
Hobocop. Hobocop, pardon me.
A book about pate. This book, you don't understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. Book about Boyadero.
Boyadero.
Okay. A book about the future.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of a store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book? What is a postcard? What is a board game? I know all these things.
You're fooling nobody.
Don't you sass me.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
I'm introspective and thus interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Man, you are good on that upsell. And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
So, Jay, you could either choose something of your own, or you could ask the watchers to select what you're going to say.
Well, this seems dangerous. I've clicked this button, so I assume that means I'm asking you all.
Yes. And the percentages are being blocked by our faces.
Well, I can tell you that right now, I could help by brutally dismantling the free market, is currently winning.
Yeah.
Well, since we're in the way, let me,
Wiggle us over the coppers.
There we go. Yeah, that works. Alright, I can help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store.
Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school? Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds rather serious. I should probably... Now I'm gonna ask. Well, I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other field businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How does a curse manifest?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is this cry? Okay, bye.
I mean, even if they're obvious questions, you can get some funny interactions.
Yeah, I know, but like, if this is supposed to be, you know, Harry is me or I am Harry, like there are questions that I kind of bristle at.
Well, you're definitely not Harry. You gotta remember, you are not playing yourself. You are playing this gentleman. This fail cop.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
I am a super communist cop. A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
So you're the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Technically, Jaye isn't any kind of cop
She
yet.
has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not gonna grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
She's very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
It depends. How much do you pay the kid?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Slap the cuffs on her.
I formally reprimand you for your corrupt activities.
Oh, of course, officer. Good work. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
But I'm here. I already did that. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Fine.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything?
She
See
fiddles
those
with her.
shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
Ah, she's trying to cast a spell on me. However, I passed my intelligence save. What types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books you have for sale?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Shouldn't a storekeeper know about her wares?
I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine.
Where do you learn about the important things then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look. And you have to open and free your mind to understand.
Ugh.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
So if you wanted to talk about the kid, I think you either had to talk with her more, or you needed a different stat spread out than you currently have.
Ah. What is this?
An old call
Thingy.
box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Well, I don't know why I would call anybody here yet.
Ding dong ditch.
I mean, yeah, but also... Hey, Brett, can you take the body down?
Fuck does Kuno care?
I'm gonna discuss the body with you again.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea.
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Troubadour?
Yeah, cock in boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
You're testing Kuno's patience here. Get lost. Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. The fuck. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
So you refer to yourself in the third person.
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person.
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Just answer to questions.
Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in there in Kuno! Somebody, please!
Now then, do you shut him down?
I'd like to.
You can ask for us to adjust your stats.
Is it that button?
It's the button that isn't the one that you got before.
Okay. Help me punch a child. A most deserving child. Damn. Oh, and I'm
you're
dead.
dying.
You didn't shut him down.
Oh
Your
wait,
fat
you're
fist
not
didn't
dying.
meet its target.
Because you got an extra
Instead, it
health
pulled you
point.
down with it.
Say
When was the
nothing.
last time you saved?
You want me to reload?
No, I'm just asking when the last time you saved was, because you might die when the thing goes out. I'm just not sure.
Oh, that was when I was picking up some glasses before I went in the bookstore.
You feel something in your
Oh yeah, there it
chest.
is.
An unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm.
So I'm guessing this is
jaw.
bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end. Bad.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain.
Oh.
Cop suffers final heart attack.
I went to punch a kid and died.
Yeah, you might want to buy some, like, Tylenol at Freet.
Yeah, I probably should. Died to Kuno. Really, I should wait till I have my gun back and then shoot him.
I have poor news for you.
Yes?
Not an option. Kim,
Not with your gun.
you're... Alright, so I can buy health potions at the Freet.
I believe so.
Oh, good. That means I can turn in my trash. After I take some more trash. Oh, there's just some in the trash.
Oh, good. Oh. No, what you picked up was for
The
your
tear machine stands in the corner.
Alright.
A sign
magnesium.
says, your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Cool.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
+1 endurance. Is that the health?
A colorful display of cigarettes and there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work.
Leave. Is that health?
A small cabinet on the
Yes.
wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Well, I can definitely use some Nosafed.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one.
All right, time to once again attempt to punch a child. A most deserving child. Okay. Quick save.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's... Look at him. Kuno doesn't give a... Kuno tried to get... Kuno kicked that shit. Kuno kicked that shit. Kuno kicked that shit in the... Yeah? That... You want...
It barely sounds like a word anymore.
Yeah, cocking boot. So yeah.
Yes, this
Your test... Get lost, Kuno doesn't...
Okay, now I don't have to do that again. Save. For life. A bit petty, but I must say... Yeah, it is how it is. This kid needs to get punched.
Kuno pig? The fuck?
he looks
Watch out! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the... Help!
Escalate!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Okay, let's try this again. Stat increase. Hit me. Damn it.
Oh well.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Try to hold it together.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Can no one stop the Kuno? Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
The whole charade was about to establish its dominance over you.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
No, I need this kid punched. It's the only way to break him. We can't,
Fuck does Kuno care?
we can't do the boost for like 2 minutes.
Kuno, the
Correct.
fuck?
He looks
Watch out! Help! Pig's
So,
Help! He's got the... Help!
Escalate, Kuno!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
damn it. I was hoping for that. Yeah, no, I had probability. It was like 8%.
you didn't.
Yeah, red checks are doing it.
Kuno's the fuck...
He looks
Watch out! Help!
Help! He's got... Help!
Escalate!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Yeah, see? 17%. Come on, double sixes. Fuck. Gains of a knack for protecting kids from being touched in a harmful way often. Even they deserve it. They might be favoring them a tiny little bit, just naturally. Yeah. Probably, but... I'm gonna give this 2 more tries, and then I will accept that I cannot punch him right now.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno? Yeah? Kuno's...
He lays the names out there with pride and precision, like cards on a table.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! Help! Pig's...
Help! He's got the... Help!
Escalate!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
17% it between 16 and 17 on a D20.
Hmm.
You didn't.
Okay, final attempt. Me versus Kid.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno the fuck?
Watch out! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the help! He's
Escalate!
pigs in there, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Damn. Okay. This punch did not happen.
You didn't.
Wow, double one. Snake eyes. Okay, so we're not punching him. In fact, we're going to hey Kim.
Yes?
I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
I really don't remember anything. There was drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
What talk about you?
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put
Legendary
down for this,
failure.
but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
You don't look like other people around here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
Oh, let's say all.
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
But you're only making it sound uninteresting. I want to know more.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
You ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you're saying your brain never chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
That's enough.
Good. Let's...
Okay, let's shoot this body down.
The man
I'm gonna
before you
suggest-
is naked for a period.
Definitely saving, because that is a red check.
Wait a second. There's a ladder in this shack.
Is there?
Yeah, that's how Kuno gets out.
Is it a movable ladder?
That's a good question, but it exists. No, it is the exit of this building. Damn. What is that? No, what is that? It's an oxidized winch mechanism. Okay, cool.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants
Squint
and
and
white
take a step
boots.
back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I squinting?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
His face and hands are pink. His eyes, too. His rest is greenish.
Oh. You're trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
Do it.
I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently.
Totally dead.
Deady dead, dead, dead.
Dabba-doob doob dead.
Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
I wonder if that's an actual achievement or you're just making stuff up there, Madison. Either way, I appreciate it.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Turn around and yell.
Goddamn right.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard.
Big said he's a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone. A pool of...
The victim...
The fuck he's...
Talking about shit.
We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Could it still be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air.
Okay, so how do I manage to get him down?
Have you done literally everything?
There are several footprints in the mud.
I thought so.
If there's something that is not faded out, it means there's technically something in that brand that you
The
haven't.
man before you.
Of course. You have... Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
The name is Rafael Ambrosis Gusto.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately.
You might be onto something there. Come back later, Corpo.
That's everything.
Yes?
Maybe you're locked in to something about getting him down. I don't know. Click it on him again. I want to see what the options are.
There are several
Hold on.
footprints in the mud.
Click on him again.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks
It's been a hot
reinforced.
minute, so I do not recall. Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The delicate and these are clearly not boots. They're
Yeah,
the
this
cadaver
was like, oh, you know what? I could take the boots, but
You didn't.
I didn't. But I'll do it. I'll definitely take them after the body's down, and when Kim isn't around, because he might object. Guy with a mustache at the gate is this guy.
Technically not, but you might as well talk with him.
Went native on the chief, huh?
Yeah, you know, the
Those
shoot the body down option might have been locked off
Should've
because you
just
backed down.
punched him in the throat again. Let's talk about our right to work. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down?
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
I got questions.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Yeah. It doesn't really involve me. This guy?
Yeah.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
That weasel I visited, it turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
It certainly represented antiquated social views.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
I don't even know your name. What other?
Call me Mañana.
Mañana.
I'm just a humble harbor worker for the past 6-7 years.
Not a given name for certain. It's a taken name. The kind for artists, or criminals, or revolutionaries and the sort. An alias. A nom de guerre.
That's a sweet-ass name.
A name worthy of the man who holds it, friend. Names are important.
So not a given name, I take it.
I'd say a real name is what most people call you. Now that we're getting so well acquainted, what's your name?
Be honest with him.
Honestly, I lost it while drinking.
Wow, this is major. You're like a man born anew. Okay, so if you can't find it, maybe make up a new one?
I tried that. They don't like what I came up with.
Too bad. Can't live in this world without a good name, friend. Important things they are. Vessels of the soul.
What's your deal with names? Is it a spiritual thing, or...?
More a poetic thing. Any attempt to formulate a grand unified theory about it ends in the stupidest shit imaginable. Doesn't make it less true, though. That means I can't tell you about it. I can only show you. You may understand in time. Or not. But it might be easy enough.
Fair enough.
Words guide our life. We commune with each thing through its word. Every word is also a name, is it not?
Alright.
The man whispers a dirty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Can't just take Custo.
Anyway, the man in boots at the gate, Kuna said you know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
The probe into the armor, what'd you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Yeah?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces? Armor, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm gonna find all of it. What about the left and right pauldrons?
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
And Mesquite is epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
So we were used to what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
Thanks for the cooperation.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
What do you think killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Everard says Titus Hardy and his boys killed him.
That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Were you involved?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Well,
Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
You could redo that later. If you put more points into Inland Empire.
Your mind can only conjure up Hunk Handy, Fake Valdez, Bosco. You might want to decide to keep quiet about these.
Okay, well, this. I can't do it. I don't have a name.
It can take time to come up with a good one, for sure.
Good talking to you. Alright. I walked us down the path of getting Measurehead.
Your race descent has babe. See that they stay here the whole time.
Well, maybe appearing to be on the Union side might be good, because it could scare people into cooperation.
Who knows?
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Yeah, where's the law?
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Gotcha.
That's my character's name in Final Fantasy XIV.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everard's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
That's none of your business. Did he pull the tree down?
Laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
I have destroyed the child.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
And we will suffer whatever that means. Okay, Kuno's gotta have something interesting to say after that.
Probably.
We're in uncharted waters now. Ah.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Wish I could have been here to see it.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonort.
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He said thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello!
Look, Pig, Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
I will remember this.
You got fucked. You got fucked, Pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno doesn't fuck.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Got it.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Sure to take his boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
I'm gonna try it again.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
And again.
I thought we decided
Okay,
to
fine.
leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
What exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I'll need a pair then. Can we return to this? I have to get some gloves.
Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes.
Alright, where should I take these notes?
In your paperwork, officer. Just fill out the field autopsy form.
You're not gonna believe this. I lost my paperwork.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
My shoes. I have both of them. I found the other one too.
Good. Otherwise you would only have one shoe now. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several actually, but only if it helps move things along.
I'm sorry.
Yes, well...
It's okay to cry, Runkari.
Ooh, you rolled that R pretty good. Let's work off yours for now.
Right. The autopsy form is near the end.
Okay. Open the note. Nope. Peek at his notes.
You find a moment as the lieutenant inspects the dead man's fingernails. Just a few glances. The pages are filled with a bulky freehand that's nearly illegible.
Try to understand what the lieutenant has written about the case at hand.
It's very hard to draw conclusions. All you can make out is that he is in a hurry to solve the case. The tempo of the handwriting says as much, and that there are a lot of notes in there. Most of them are made prior to arriving at the scene in preparation. Maybe you're imagining it, but there are some remarks in there, and they're not all negative. You're referred to as the 41st by your station number, and
what?
And the 41st comes off as a moderately competent detective. Maybe you are a moderately competent detective.
Oh, so here it is.
What?
Open the notebook at the field autopsy
The
form.
dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
1 assistant.
That's you.
Right. Nope, leave it empty.
The corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
Write it down.
Next.
Name.
NA. Next.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race.
Mondial.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, fucky. No, right male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
Well, no, because the kid could have... I'm not so sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
How am I gonna get him?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
I think the game actually just gave me a clue.
Yeah.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
Write it down.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Why would I want to touch the corpse's hair before moving on?
What kind of cop do you want to be?
I will touch.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person.
5.85
after a swim.
freedom units.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a ragdoll's head.
Write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write down.
Ligature mark. Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we've got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Well, chat, my physical instrumentation ability is low. Give us a hand here.
You sure you don't want to look for a good spot first?
Well, while it's going on.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Well, we're now at an even 42%.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then...
Fuckity fuck.
The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Cut.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
He runs his fingers along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
You know, I'm gonna ask, does it look like he was enjoying a moment of death? Because...
You had that thought earlier.
Yeah.
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Yes, processing science, that's what I meant.
Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Inspect.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Write it down.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. Last item, hands.
Takes the right man's hand in his and inspects it, and moves on to the other hand. I will pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there.
Well, what does average entail? Usually 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5 to 5.
We should do this more often.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
The fun part, internal.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
There's a 99% chance your junk is perfectly fine. The entire sex enhancement industry fell about falsely convincing you otherwise. It's true.
It's true.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
He tries to pry open the dead man's jaws.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Look inside the mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Write it down. Now look deeper inside.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Cleanup crews for bodies must have some serious willpower. Yeah, I'd have to imagine. Like, I know there's commercial companies that do crime scene cleanup. Obviously,
not even just crime scene cleanup. They'll also just do, like, you know, old person died in their sleep and weren't found for a couple days.
Yeah, they pay good.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Let's go of the jaws map snapshot. Right.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Right, NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
And both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
The completionist in me wonders if there's still something we could do.
We already have one test, as per regulation. And we already requested semen.
Pigs requested semen like it's no big deal.
I'm not even interested in these boring mulkus anymore. I haven't sucked him off for anything.
Okay, so thinking about this logically as someone who actually wants to solve this case, the presence of semen at the scene isn't necessarily helpful. It just proves a hunch. Zootoxicology will more than likely just say this man was drunk off his ass.
Yeah, I mean, like, when someone is dead by hanging, toxicology is going to tell you he had drugs in his system, he had booze in his system, and that's not going to be related to cause of death.
Better leave it at that.
Leave it NA, then.
Right in there.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down, Amity voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you had ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. Come back later, Kobo.
Whatever.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
This is a team effort. Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
I agree, the waters are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
The boy nods approvingly.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
1, bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Yep.
And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusion.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description.
Non-fatal.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked.
Fatal
The
injury.
man's
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How'd it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time. He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
I don't want him to take the body. So I could just leave it right here, right?
I mean, maybe?
Hey, Domadet.
I know a thing that I did.
Yeah.
However, it, it's something that you have not yet accessed. But, you know, the body's been here for weeks. For a week, so what's another day gonna do?
Well, we got other things we can do. Was that a skill check on the body? Yeah, it was legendary. I didn't have a chance in hell.
It was a legendary perception check. Jay has not found clothing that increases his
set of
perception.
steering levers, a radio microphone,
Pick up
a
the
pull-out
radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you connect me to the station, Lazarus?
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
I'm in a bad way, Doc. Real bad way.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
You know who I am?
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Yeah, but can you tell me who I am?
Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do.
I couldn't reach up and grab a tire from the spinning fan without unbearable pain shooting through my arm.
Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral neuralgia and high blood pressure. Could be that you were having a heart attack. Or, actually, it could be both, given your profile.
Wait, both? That sounds bad.
Yep.
No wonder I've been in so much pain. I feel like I've been damaged.
Yes, probably in more ways than one.
He sounds very careless about it all. Positively breezy. You're detecting very little in the way of empathy from Dr. Gottlieb.
So what do I do?
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the drinking. The drugs, too. Anything else?
I think I've developed extreme photosensitivity.
That's because you're hungover. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too?
Yes.
That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. I'm not an eye doctor.
But what kind of doctor are you then?
The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying. For you. I've got more important things to do here.
I think I've had a heart attack.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Yep.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life.
Well, fuck you.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes too.
Fair. I've lost my memory. All of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice, only careless superiority.
Okay, you're not surprised. Anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
Is there anything you can do?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yeah.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not our retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons.
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
This is it for now.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Nope.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Anyway, I have points. I should use them.
You do have points. You should also. Do you have any ideas to conceptualize or internalize or whatever?
Oh, real quick, I'm gonna put down a manual save. Let's see. Ideas are on the.
They're in fuck.
Brain. Yes. I have Masovian social economics.
Okay, it's free to get something in there, but it costs 1 to remove one. But it also costs 1 to obtain a new slot.
Well, whatever. I'll go for it. I don't need to do visual calculus right now. Anyway, points. I got 4 points. Where should these 4 points go?
Oh.
I need to know.
I mean, usually I put points on skill checks that I failed to re-access them.
Good enough. Let's have a look. Okay. Inland Empire legendary, perception legendary, conceptualization impossible, visual calculus, conceptualization. Conceptualization takes 2 off here. But I don't need to conceptualize measurehead bullshit. So it's not that important.
I believe you get experience points for doing it, even though you don't internalize it.
I still
I could be wrong though.
I think physical instrument and needs to go up at least 1. And we'll give conceptualization a kick, and we'll give.
I think endurance is your health. Maybe it's pain threshold.
Doesn't really say either way. I think I want to boost VisCalc. Encyclopedia and there's info next to overview. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Cool for high-strung investigator. Shoot now, ask later. Cops surprise haters. Kinda gives an explanation. At high levels, endurance enables you to take a few knocks to the head. enjoy a greater quantity of drugs and shake off a few cardiac arrests. It improves your health. One of the 2 health pools in the game. Okay, endurance does do that, so well, bam. And now we're at 3 health.
Ta-da!
Now we'll save. What's on my to-do list?
Here's all that, and also stuff you haven't ever done yet.
Yeah, I know. But let's go try to wake up that sleeping guy who may not be there anymore. No, he's still there, which is disturbing.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Yeah.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
Give me a boost. There's the power of chat. We shall wake this man. Well.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up, this is an order. I am the law. No words, just a primordial scream. Primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man?
The 30-something man lifts his head slowly and gives you a pensive look. You're alive? Looked out for the long count there.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
Tell you anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum? Was it pure nothing, your consciousness no larger than a single grain of malt? Was it a bliss free of X somethings? Chat? Number 2.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No malt grains or whatever, no poetry stuff, just quality time.
Quality time.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection.
Tell me about Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment. For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
Why are you sleeping while the others are out striking?
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was.
Who's behind organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
There's no leader.
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the Union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What about the dead body in the yard?
Yeah, what about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees here?
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
Uh-huh.
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Point at the bottle and the spilt rum. Yours?
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Yeah, go to sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
He sleeps like you do. Iggy.
Yeah, dead to the world and everything else. I was muted because I had to blow my nose.
Yeah.
Then I forgot to unmute. As I tend to do.
Well, I do need to kill a bunch of times, so.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
Damn, your feet thought we got away. That doesn't seem fair. You demonstrated some serious skills there, slipping away Sambo style. By the way, Sambo, or Samuran boxing, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samuran Isola. Sambo used to incorporate a wide array of martial disciplines, from archery to mounted combat, but mainly means aesthetically pleasing single combat. Nowadays, Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
I know it was irresponsible of me to run. You have to understand. I was desperate.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
So we're cool?
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here.
I talked to Sylvie. Wink.
God.
He does not look pleased.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
No. Iggy.
Well, you don't want to lay it on him? You want to press the back button? Choose those.
Iggy, you're supposed to read the stupid stuff.
Yeah, but the stupid stuff is not choosing to do it. Or rather, is not choosing to do it. I'll read number 1 out loud. Turns out that she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel.
But I don't want to lay that on him.
Of course you do. This was your plan all along. This is how you fix it for them. By answering the woman question. I don't like this. There doesn't seem to be another way.
Thanks, Felician. You tried.
Wonderful.
Turns out, she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel.
It is. It's wonderful.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel?
Just drill the inside of your mouth with your tongue.
She rides a cock carousel until she's too old to ride it. Then she settles down with a provider. No time for lectures. The point is, you're losing at her nasty mind game. Sylvie's a total psycho.
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me?
What else do you need?
That was roughly it. You don't want to know? Yeah, she said that she likes the cock carousel very much. So fun. She picked a carousel of cocks going merrily around.
He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs. His head drops between the shoulders, heavy and defeated.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with a broken wing. On the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Oh my god, it worked.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Yeah,
man. Signals. Mixed signals. It's classic cock carousel behavior. Broken bird, feathers, it's all part of the mind fuck on the cock carousel. Unless you want to say maybe you broke it. Or do you want to ask chat?
I'm just confused where this is going. Because it just seems like the detective randomly decided these two want to hook up.
Yes, that's correct, because you failed a skill check.
Right. And then he came over here, but he's not exactly... He's doing the opposite of trying to get them to hook up.
Yeah, that's because he's got some women problem.
Well, here, chat, help. Get me off the carousel. Wow.
They're allowing you free choice.
Option one.
You are your own master.
No, it was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Cock carousel. I understand now. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love.
Well, I got some experience.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even have one?
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Far away?
In time or space?
Both?
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street number on a building?
You can
I live in a dumpster. I don't care.
Run some addresses
Hobocop.
in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
%. Oh, I can go back here now.
Yeah. It's after 4 o'clock. The dude's in there.
Dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. I'll just take that. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Quebec. It must be his name. Garancy. Garancy Quebec. Sounds representative.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
What's in the borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Nod.
Borscht need more vodka?
Vodka.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself!
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
No. Turn your fingers counterclockwise. Cut it.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Leo said that you're friends with Manana. Is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends?
Got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Guy reminds me of that chef from Kitchen Nightmares, like the UK one. The weird.
In the Paris vegan one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I can get those vibes.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Let's go this way.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to its cobalt blue.
It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation.
The door in the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation. Now, this is a mini side investigation.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
Push the door.
The door does not budge.
We are solving life's mysteries one door at a time. Also, what is this? Health. That's what it is.
Can I help you?
There's this thing I need to ask about, by the way.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
Let it go, you're above gratuitous baiting. That's not true. It's a shame you gotta suck up to the Union and stay afloat.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find him?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 1600. The sign said 1600.
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere, or laying low after the, lynching.
Whatever he may feel about you, he can't miss the opportunity to throw you a look of what he assumes is shared understanding.
Not
Go
sagely. Yes, I think I see.
Yeah. The Union guys think they're untouchable. They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and now think they can hide out till it all blows over, and it's fair weather again in Martinez.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Blue door in the back.
Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
So about that money I owe you?
Yes, have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real.
I don't
like
have that.
What?
How do I get 100 real?
There are several ways. It might have been nice to have the whole day to try and get money. Because now you only have a few hours.
Well, since I'm here. I can't clean up my own room.
Should be able to.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
That's a bed? Jesus. Kim tries...
Couch bed.
Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
You're looking at the destruction.
He nods.
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
Oh, wait, I can...
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's... Help me out here, chat. Maybe we can fix the face. Maybe. No? Okay.
It belongs
Whoa,
in
I did it.
the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West. Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
So I adopted it? Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
The grimace. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it, you know.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lamillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
How long ago was Zenu?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Anything else, like who I am? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
So here's interfacing. 3% low was the tools are not in my hand. So if I go into the inventory, which I can't from here, but I can from
you gotta
here,
back out.
I can do this.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Now it's 28.
In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's try this again.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Alright, attempt to stop the expression.
Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
Damn. No, I probably shouldn't be running around with wire cutters just in my hands.
I'm sure it's fine.
A flashlight. Oh wait, I can talk to you again, can't I?
The door is closed.
Knock.
There is no answer.
Damn.
You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Solid the emotion.
The door is closed.
Leave. Well, we gotta kill some time anyway. The mob has not entered this place yet.
Yeah, Everett said that they wouldn't show up tonight.
Oh. I just want to explore now. Rainwater collection. This doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. In here is a postcard. And here's some money. And that's it. Can I get to the balcony? Nope. Just this. Ah, okay. This doesn't really help me either.
You could make a physical instrument check or something like that to jump down there.
From where?
Somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is. But you could also just get in there from, you know, the doors.
Yeah. This is probably the way around Measurehead.
Yes, it is.
I just had a thought. Okay. We're still connected. Can't punch the kid. It was a high savoir-faire check. If memory serves, you trigger by clicking on your coat, just hanging on the railing, which I currently have on me. Well, there's nothing to do in there.
You have never walked up that way.
Yeah, I know. Doing it now. Bird.
Bird.
A lonely cormorant to raise to sea, indifferent to your approach. A wall.
No, you have gone this far, because that's the conceptualization check that you failed earlier.
Nothing to see here.
Help me conceptualize, chat.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get anything, but okay.
Yeah. Why? It's a wall.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to.
Look, I will wall when I want to wall. Take that and your sign. This requires a pry bar. Hey, a blue signal naval coat. Plus one suggestion.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Inside the frame of a motorcycle and repair and the tools used to disassemble it. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint?
Look at me when I'm talking
The
to you.
streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
That's not what that said. She looks disdainfully towards a woman performing maintenance on her boat.
hatred,
Yeah,
disgust.
there's a little bit of things.
It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her steering.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Kim is learning to weaponize your tendency towards the bizarre. Yeah, so that's what I try to do.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it? Proceed.
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
You know anything about the murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Well, maybe you could tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art for the body?
Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
Got it.
Piggy, I have no idea why I just told you that. You look like a shaggy dog left in the rain for too long. I have a weakness for animals.
Bye.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've...
Okay. I remember talking to the rep, and I remember the rep gave me money. We'll save just in case I blow this up.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk? She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
What's the L mean?
Baton, my maiden name.
I will... I'm not drunk, I'm a police officer.
Of course you're not. It was only a joke.
Shake her hand. Or don't shake her hand. Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago. Look around.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Le Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Does the boat have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
That's true.
A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cor de Leyte 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cor de Leyte, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
It feels pretty.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
What kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with what we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
I think I have a handle.
Do you have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
I got a handle on the boat.
Good.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
What do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
Chat? Ooh, a 50-50 split. What exactly is a billion? Or the money I owe is so much less than that. Flip a coin. What exactly is a billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one. It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where do you get all those billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lorman Tang, on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
And what does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners? Who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company's nothing without them.
We built this district. All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want the trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
I will kill it.
Good luck. It's only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were they going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
2.2 meters is lower than the 2.5 you heard earlier, but I believe the 2.5 came from Harry's brain, which we know is boiled. So...
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
That's weak.
Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board.
What exactly do they mean by it, though?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision, about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, They are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The king is dead. Long live the workers.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Did you put the scabs at the gate?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrog, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
I bumped the controller and now I'm in controller mode.
Uh-oh.
If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
What do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
That's Everard, all
He is
right.
the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There's two of him?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the Union itself outside of the brothers?
The Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
I can't reach the thing.
Uh-oh.
Of course, officer.
I didn't mean to click that.
Everard Clare? Of course not. He is the most corrupt... Yes, it's how they circumvent the Debardeurs Union organized...
A mob.
Refreshing. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask?
There
I'm
we
a
go.
curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
So I bumped my joysticks and like my flight sticks, and that's what did. So I unplugged them, and it went away.
Okay.
No one voted. A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, Her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Let's change topics.
Of course. How else can I help?
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Wait, why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous hair.
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave. Late 40s style, positively statuesque, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Can I have some money?
Voila, you're doing it.
You were one away from failure.
Help me, I'm poor. I need money to keep living.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm sad to hear that. How much do you need?
It's a little too close to home.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
I need 100 real.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown.
Nay, it would be dishonorable, and mine honor is my life.
Can you eat honor? Are you an omnivore? Give me a break.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I want to talk about I want to talk about something else now.
You're right, man, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, and seemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today?
Tell me about the
besides
lynching.
Supplementing its salaries. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Wait. What was the, oh, done. Where are hidden, they don't show you?
Hidden implies hidden.
But I did it, so it shouldn't be hidden. If I did it.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember my partner mentioned that I suffered from an unusual medical episode?
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've...
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of arrangement would it be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Feelings will guide the way.
Damn. But madam, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case I'm solving.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
It's not like a side case for me. This is my main thing.
Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
But you have so much else. I only have this. This is the entirety of my existence. This channel. That's all I've got.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
This boat, for example, in a home somewhere, I only have this case.
Officer.
I don't remember anything except this lynching. There's only this coast and this lynching.
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting it. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
Yeah?
The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbor. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it. Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Yep.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
I thought it was going well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
What do you propose, that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
I'm sorry for putting us in this situation.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
Let's just get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Alright, tell me about the drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
So it comes through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean?
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbor into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the Union in another.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
I did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
No coincidence lorries are stranded there like that, is there?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
I mean, that's fair.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Yes?
We'll take the case, probe the drivers, and see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
You know anything about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why?
Better not tie the 4th day to the Bat's Day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
I've talked to Everett.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption.
Worm-like.
Into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Yeah, Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Mr. Everett is holding on my gun. That's a silly thing to say. Do you want to sell her that?
He asked me to open the door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
No, I mean like an actual door.
Oh my. A real door?
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
It had to be done. I got information useful to the case.
That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is rarely pretty, but it sounds like you did what you had to do.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal. And it was not for nothing.
This seems serious.
I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
That's all I've got to say.
Naturally, Detective. There are lighter topics to gossip about. Of course, Detective. Until then,
And we're
of
done.
course, Detective.
And we're leaving before I get in trouble. Yes, that is what we will do. We will leave. On day 2, we will discover the mystery of the bookstore.
You have more time still.
I know I do, but that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh, fair.
I am a gambler and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
What's all this then?
It's the jam, my man.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
Wicked, I always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Can I get one of those tracksuits?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Let's see what I could do with empathy.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Familiar how?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Where does it lead?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches.
And beyond?
You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Well, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know? I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Diora?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I miss someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
You know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Busy?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Fair. You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Nope.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs at Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade, then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Sure. Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
I shall be a stranger. I bet it's this guy. I'm hitting the quick save button and escape, and neither are doing anything.
Uh-oh.
But you know what? My investigation into the drug trade will have to wait until next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Special thanks to all the names scrolling on screen now, too. We couldn't do this without your support. If you'd like to support the channel, consider a subscription or gifting one to a friend. And definitely spread the word about the streams. That helps more than anything, if I'm being honest. Retweet the tweets and whatnot. And
we need bodies.
And maybe share some of the VODs. We had some good times. We're gonna raid Oppenheimer, and Ralga will be on Sunday with more Wing Commander 2. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Ciao for now.